This is Sterling Eccles Jade. We're just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Front of the van, we've got a jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll take you through these in person here on site. In the front locker, you've got your two gas bottle tie downs with your gas regulator on the bulkhead. The gas regulator on the bulkhead will need the pipe work that we sell here on site, which is £15, which goes from the regulator to the top of the gas bottles. Two 6 kilogram propane gas bottles is the most you can carry on board the van at any point. And they strap in with the black straps that you see there. Coming down the side of the van, you've got your heating and hot water flow. We'll take you through how the heating and hot water works once we go inside the caravan. We've also then got our wind down legs. The wind down legs are just there to stabilise the van while it's on site. So you'd never lift the caravan with these legs, as you could potentially damage the floor of the caravan. Water pump connection, pull it out the side of the van, as you can see, and push it into the side of the van to get the pump to connect. And then your pickup pipe actually drops down inside the act roll itself. You've then got your battery box on the side of the van. Obviously no battery on here at the moment, but we do have those available as well here on site. And you've got your mains power lead coming to the side of the caravan from the power on site here. And we'll demonstrate how the electrical sides work once we go inside the caravan. We've then got two fridge vents here. Two fridge vents are very simply there to allow the heating, the fridge system to breathe. The fridge vents, as I said, allow the hot air at the back of the fridge unit and take some cool air in. On the top right hand side, you've also got the gas flue for when you're running the fridge on gas. Down below, you've got the motor mover, which we'll demonstrate to you here on site, and we'll also torque the wheel nuts to the correct settings so you can see they've been done before the caravan leaves. The front of the caravan, you have your fresh water that goes in, as we've already been through, and then we've got the waste pipes coming outside the van. So these two grey pipes here, you'll have 2 bits of grey pipe that are currently in the front locker. You'll put them into these larger diameter holes and they'll drop down inside the waste master. This isn't the toilet waste, this is just the water waste. So essentially it's the water that goes through your sinks and your shower on board the caravan. Coming to the back of the caravan, you've got this toilet flush tank here. So you'll open this up and you put 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid. There is a way of draining this down and I'll show you that in a second. In the bottom, you've got your toilet waste cassette. You pull up the orange handle to release the toilet waste cassette. The orange neck here turns out 90 degrees to tip the waste away. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. Then at the back of the cassette, you've got an orange pressure relief button. So when you're pressing that button, it actually allows the waste to come out of the cassette a lot easier. Now I said that we've got a drain down pipe for the toilet flush tank. Pull out this cap at the end here, and it'll allow that flush tank to be drained down. Essentially, you'd drain that down before you travel, just so no water spills if there was an issue inside of the van. On the back of the caravan on the inside, you've got your wind down legs to stabilise the van. As I said at the front, you'd never lift the caravan with these legs, it could potentially damage the floor of the van. They're just there for steadying it. Coming down the off side of the caravan, or the near side of the caravan, storage locker run at the rear of the van. So as you can see, put your accessories in there as you're travelling. I'd advise if you are going to put accessories under there, they are the lighter accessories that you carry with you, and the heavier ones over the axle or towards the front of the caravan. You've then got your 3-pin plug to allow power out to your awning, so you can have, for instance, an outdoor fridge plugged in or lights into your awning. But that will only work when you connect it to 240 mains. You've then got your storage for underneath the front seating area, where you'll also see the sergeant alarm system. And at the front, you've got your barbecue gas point and the last wind down leg. Going on to the inside of the caravan now. I'll show you how the inside works. Above the door, as you come into the caravan, you've got your main power switch, so you turn the power on here. You've then got 2 indicator lights here, so this is indicating that we've got power coming from the site on and then straight into the caravan. There's also a light that appears on the car when you connect to the car at the front of the caravan, and that will illuminate orange. If you have all 3 lights on, then you will either need to disconnect the car or the caravan from the power circuit. Left hand side, you've got the leisure battery voltage, which will appear here when there's a leisure battery on board, and you've got your vehicle battery voltage on the right hand side. View levels, when you press the button here, will allow the levels to come up for either the vehicle or the leisure battery on board the caravan. You've also got your water pump switch here, which I'll come back to in just a second. First of all, I'll advise you open all the taps up on the hot side of the water system. So we're going to fill the water system now. As you can see, I've already primed the system. But you'll open all the taps up. So that's the tap in the kitchen and the 2 taps in the bathroom, the one on the shower and the one on the sink. You'll then come underneath the seat in the front of the caravan and you'll find your yellow drain down valve. So that yellow valve needs to be in the position it's in now to fill the water system up, and if you wanted to drain it, you'd actually lift this valve up completely so it's pointing upwards to allow the water system to drain down. We do advise you do this after each use of the caravan. So once you've got that yellow valve flat with the floor and you've got your taps open on the hot side of the water system, come back over to your control panel above the door and hit your water pump switch. Once you have water running out of every tap continuously on the hot side of the water system, you can shut all of the taps back off, and that is your water system filled. Once you have the water system filled, you will notice that the pump continues to run for a few seconds once you turn the tap off. That is just repressurising the system. And then we can go to our Aldi control panel, which is your heating and hot water control panel. We'll hit the power button on the bottom left hand side of this panel, as you can see here. Now the top left hand corner is letting me know that the heating pump is running for the caravan. You've also then got an indicator to say you've got mains power coming into the caravan as well, and then below that you've got your current room temperature. We'll hit the menu button, then at the top here you've got your room temperature option, so you've got minus or plus to set your room temperature, the highest being 30 degrees, the lowest being 5 degrees. Below that, you actually have your hot water options. I'm just going to turn on the power supply. I'll come to this in a moment. So, what you have here is your hot water settings. So you've got either hot water on or hot water boost when this bar is completely full. Let me just turn off the heating for a moment. So you can press and hold, as you can see. And then what it'll actually allow you to do is use the heating, so it'll actually still warm the water when it's on halfway up here, but when it's on the full box, as I said, when this bar is completely full, it will actually boost the water system for when you're showering on board the caravan. Below that, you've got the amount of power coming into the caravan that you're going to use for your heating and hot water. So you've got hot water, heating and hot water 1 kilowatt, 2 and 3, depending on what site you're on. Like I said, it will depend on what caravan site you're on to how much power you can put to the heating and hot water system. If you're on a site with 1 kilowatt, for instance, you may need to use the gas here at the bottom to boost the water systems and the heating systems. But when you arrive on your site on your holiday, if you ask the site office and ask what you can set your heating and hot water to, they'll be able to advise you of what to set this to. Like I said, you've got 1, 2 or 3, which is 1,000, 2,000 or 3,000 watts of power, or alternatively 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatts or 3 kilowatts. Then at the bottom here, you've got your option to run gas, so you hit the gas on, and that will let the gas systems ignite on board the caravan if there was a gas bottle connected. If it fails to ignite, it will actually come up with gas fail at the bottom of the screen and 2 exclamation marks either end. You see the spanner symbol here? That is actually the advanced settings for the caravan. Now, in the manuals that come with the caravan, you'll find a book that is dedicated to the Aldi heating and hot water systems. For this, we do advise you read the manual that comes with the caravan, as if I try to explain it in the video, it'll probably take me around 2 to 3 hours to complete. In there, you have got some settings for setting timers and programs for your heating and hot water. So if you're going out for the day, for instance, you can actually set your hot water to come on before you come in, or your heating, like you would at home. When you're done with the caravan, we do always advise before you turn off the main control panel that you hit the power button for the Aldi control panel, and it will isolate the control panel completely. Next thing we're going to come to is the fridge. Now, the fridge has a power button on the left hand side here, so I'm going to turn it off first of all. To turn it on, you'll press the power button. The first power source it's going to come to, as you can see here, just about, the plug symbol is lit up blue. This essentially means at the moment the fridge is running off mains power, and it will only obviously do that if you're connected to mains power on the site. If you're off grid, for instance, it will run on the gas while you're on site, and I'll show you that in a moment. Button here on the right hand side that I'm pressing is the fridge temperature. Now, the more amount of blocks that you have lit up on here, will actually make the fridge colder. If you've got the lesser amount lit, then the fridge will be a slightly warmer setting. You've then got your gas option here to run the fridge on gas, so you'll hit the gas option. It will actually fail to ignite in a moment because there's no gas bottle on board. And when it does that, it'll actually flash the blue pilot light here. It'll actually flash that completely, and it will flash the red warning triangle on the opposite side. You've also then got 12 volts as a power source. The 12 volts is from the car you're towing with to the caravan. So as you can see at the moment, it's not allowing me to do that because we haven't got a car connected at the front. However, when you're towing down the road, you can turn the fridge on. You do not need to have the main control panel above the door turned on. You'll just turn the fridge on and use the 12 volt mode to use the fridge as a cool box. You will not have any option when you're on 12 volt mode of what you set the fridge to, because like I said, it is just a cool box at that point in time. Microwave, hob, grill and oven all work very much like your household appliances. Just need to remember, if you're off grid, you will have no 240 mains to power the microwave. The same as the electric ring on the hob, they only work off the 240 supply. The rest of the hob, grill and oven all work off the gas with the igniter on the front here. Going into the bathroom now. As you can see, we've set the bed up here. You'd use the cushions around the outside to make up the central part of the bed. So you could use that as a bed itself. And then at the front of the caravan, you've got the slide out rail at the front, which slides out completely to the end here, and you'll put it over these brown tabs into this gap here. And the cushions either side from the front will actually drop down again onto here. We do advise with the humped part of the cushion here that you turn them over and put them to the outside, so it's not underneath your back when you are sleeping. Going through into the bathroom. Have an electric flush on the toilet just here, which allows the toilet system to flush. You've got a red indicator light that illuminates when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, as you can see. However, when you're removing the toilet waste cassette from underneath the van, you have it in the straight on position as it is now. And you also need to make sure the waste handle is in the closed position like it is now before you try and remove that cassette. It could actually damage your toilet waste cassette if you try to remove it with it open. When you are using the loo, you'd have it in this position here, which allows the waste into the cassette under the van. If you have little ones in the van, please be aware the tail rail does hold a lot of heat once it has been on, and they do get very hot when they are being used, so bear that in mind. One last thing I'm going to show you on board the caravan is the 240 trip switches for the electrical systems on board the van. Underneath the seat at the front, you'll notice you've got your system shut down, so this will isolate all of the power on board the caravan when I turn this off. You then got the sergeant control just here, don't need to do anything with that at all. You've then got your reverse polarity when you're in some European countries. Charger, which you need to have on at all times and will flash green. Heating and hot water switch, you'll need to have this on for the all heating to work. And the spare switch on the end, you don't need to have on, but that is for any spare accessories or any accessories that you may have fitted over time. Below that, you've got your 240 trip switches. Good little tip for you here. If you're on site and you're not sure if you've got mains power coming into the caravan, hit the test switch. If this blue switch trips down, as it has just done, that means there is 240 mains coming into the caravan. If it does not trip down, it means there is no 240 mains coming into the caravan from the site you're on. Each of these breakers has a code on it, which is MCB1, MCB2 and MCB3. And you'll find just here a list of what each of the 240 trip switches is for. On the opposite side, there's a list of the 12 volt fuses for the caravan, and you'll find those behind the control panel door on the left hand side. So that is the Sterling Eccles Jade. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'd be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business, and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon when you collect your caravan. Thank you for now. Bye bye.